years, actor extraordinaire, the GC champs of the SSAF champion of the world, Mr. J. People. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, feeling jolly because it's that holiday time of year. I'm getting in the Christmas spirit. How are you doing?
Fantastic, because today our featured presentation is the holiday-themed movie Batman Returns.
I know. I feel like there's only a handful of movies that we could do around Christmas. Like, I'm already thinking, what are we going to do next year?
I know, we already ripped through so many, and we're doing like a whole month of them, like instead of just one. Whoops.
Yeah, whoopsies. Well, I know next year we could definitely do Violent Night for sure.
Yes, and I've actually, this is embarrassing, but I've never seen Jingle All the Way.
Oh man, that's I consider that more of a comedy over an action movie, but I'm still down.
I mean, it's Arnold, so
yeah, and Sinbad.
Yeah,
and Phil Hartman, R.I.P.
Pirate.
What's that?
It's not the pirate, the comedian.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, what have you been watching, reading, seeing, doing this week?
I'm rereading this book that I read in college. It's called Pale Horse Coming, and it's this
coming.
It's like I'm coming tonight. But it's basically the second in this series about this guy Earl Swagger, who's this badass World War II vet who won the Medal of Honor. It's the second book, and it's a whole big thing, but basically the book is him and 6 other guys take down this bad prison farm in Mississippi that's like, you know, being mean to black people, and they just go in like guns a-blazing and then like kill all the bad white people. So it's pretty cool.
Taking out a plantation, essentially.
Essentially, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Candyland.
Yeah.
Claire.
First you had my curiosity. Now you have my attention.
I'll sit on you.
Oh God, Michael Scott. But really, other than that, that's kind of about it. What about you?
Oh, that's a good question. I haven't really been watching anything. I was just trying to rack my brain. I just been watching some older stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing really of note. I mean, we have some news, I guess. I don't think we touched on it.
Oh yeah,
Henry Cavill is out as Superman.
2 months after announcing his return as Superman, James Gunn was just like, Can I talk to you over here for a second?
Yeah, I mean, I assume that means, and they already canceled Wonder Woman 3, so I assume Gal's out. And I assume that, what's his name, Mo is out. There's been a lot of talk that he's going to play Lobo, who I hate. He does look kind of like Lobo. Like, that's part. Like, I don't give a shit about Lobo, so I don't care. But sure, whatever. I trust James Gunn. I like Henry Cavill, and it really sucks for him because he just quit The Witcher, which was kind of like his passion project, to come back for Superman, and now it's like, oh.
I was reading about that though today. I heard that he left Witcher over creative differences.
Okay, I hope that's true. I was just I don't know anything. I was just connecting dots. It's like he quit that and then he was like, I'm back as Superman. Like those 2 announcements coincided, and then a month later he's like, I'm not back.
Yeah. Psych.
Yeah. Just kidding. Gotcha.
But yeah, I agree with you. I trust James Gunn, and I think he's going to kind of do what he did with Guardians. He's going to take these kind of ancillary characters and you know, make them popular in the universe and just try to build the universe.
I don't know if he's even going to do that, because that was kind of all he was allowed to do before. But now he has to do the big ones.
Yeah, true.
Like, he can't create this next 10 years on people like Peacemaker. Like, that show's great, but that's not. I mean, when you have Batman and Superman and Aquaman and Wonder Woman and the Flash, these like huge properties, like those have to be the backbone.
Yeah, and man, they're really making some big moves. You know, canceling Batgirl. Somehow the Flash is still coming out.
That's just wild. That it's just like, we have this full movie, it's done, and no one will ever see it. Like, I get that well, I mean, I don't get it, but I mean, from what people say, it was all for tax purposes.
Yeah.
Which also means we'll never see it. It's not like
we can't. It's against the law.
Exactly, because then they'd have to take that if that is really the reason.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like the only way we'll ever see it is if like some Warner Brothers employee just like steals it and puts it online or something. You know?
Oh my God, could you imagine?
I honestly, just the age we're in, I think that'll probably happen at some point.
Yeah, if it hasn't already, if it's on some like black market,
on the dark web,
chat room, something, torrent site.
Yeah, who knows? But I wouldn't be surprised if that popped up somewhere at some point. Right, I kind of hope it does. I'm not a torrent guy. I pay for my stuff, but
same.
That I would, because there's no way to watch it. You're not going to allow me to pay for it. Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. Sounds good to me. I would do it if I had to.
Yeah, it is crazy though to like I totally get just rebooting, starting it over, and like from scratch. Like you kind of just have to rip that Band-Aid off.
New 52 in it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, DC does that in their comics. Like every 10 years, they just reboot the entire universe. Like Marvel never does that. They came really close with all different Marvel, and like after the Secret Wars and stuff. But they were just like, nah.
Yeah,
they came really close.
Yeah, like they've got that Blue Beetle movie coming out, which I like that
that's
kid.
Still coming out, but I'm glad. Blue Beetle and Booster Gold, yes, please.
Yeah, and that kid who's playing Blue Beetle, he's from Cobra Kai. He's great on the show. I like that. I listened to an interview with Kumail Nanjiani today, and he was talking about Chippendales, and he's talking about being a nerd and being a part of all these different nerd universes, and the guy asked him, "Have you ever been approached to write a superhero movie?" And he was like, "I have an idea for one," and he wants to write it. I forget the character name. It's this DC like reporter who's like a monster or something. God, I forget what it is. But it's just some like crazy weird character that no one's ever heard of, and he wants to write a movie about this character.
Yeah, well, I mean, we know James Gunn is good with the outside of the box characters, the not as famous ones. So maybe he's got the right guy in charge to make something like that happen.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm excited to see what he does, though. Like I believe they said something like at the beginning of the new year we'll learn a lot more. Maybe we'll learn like casting or like what the next movies are or whatever. But one thing that opens up Cavill to jump ship, I guess, and head over to the Marvel universe. Who
would you want him to be in the Marvel universe?
Sentry. I think he would be awesome. Either Sentry or there's like two guys who are pretty much Marvel's Superman. But I love Sentry. He has basically all those powers. He's just like the power of like 1 million exploding suns or something stupid.
Shit.
But he's also like crazy. Like he has like two personalities, because it's like that and the Void is like his like alter ego, which is basically an evil side of it. Like he was basically a drug addict looking for like broke into some like science lab or something looking for to score, and accidentally ingested or not accidentally but took it. I don't know what he thought it was, but it was a version of like the super soldier serum, but it just like made him like incredibly powerful. And so I think that would be an interesting character to bring in.
Whoa, that'd be crazy.
I like the Sentry.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that character. I'm down.
Yeah, there's two. The other guy's, I'm blanking on him. His belt has like a radioactive symbol on it. I can't remember the guy's name, but there's like two guys that are kind of like Marvel's Superman. I think his is even like more closer to the origin. I think like he came from like his parents sent him off from like another world or blah blah blah. The whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually gonna bug me. What the hell is that guy's name? I'll look it up where you do our interlude.
What do you think? Should we get into this thing?
Yeah, let's get into our feature presentation.
And now, our feature presentation.
Batman Returns from 1992 and 81% from the critics on Rotten Tomatoes and 73% from the audience, directed by Tim Burton, starring Michael Keaton as Batman, Danny DeVito as the Penguin, Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, and Christopher Walken as Max Shrek.
Max Shrek. This cast is awesome. Michelle Pfeiffer is so good in this, and Danny DeVito. Watching this, Danny DeVito is like, are you familiar with Richard III? Like the Shakespeare play?
Not really, no.
He was the crazy English king who had a hump, and he's like
Quasimodo?
Yeah, yeah.
9/11 and all this stuff, according to Bobby Bachelay.
And just
Quasimodo
the way he
predicted all of this, JP.
He just reminds me of like a Shakespearean character. He's just so wild and so crazy, but so kind of contained at the same time. And I just think that's how he is as an actor, because even on It's Always Sunny, he's such a cartoon, but I believe it at the same time, because he's just that good.
He is fantastic. He's the best part of this movie. To go back, I found out the name of that guy was Hyperion, which doesn't.
Oh, okay.
But I wanted to do that before I laid this out. I didn't like this movie.
How long has it been since you've seen it?
It's been a long time. I'll probably use this word a lot, but most of it is just so upsetting to look at, and I didn't enjoy any part of watching it. I didn't like it.
I understand. See, I like this movie, but I understand why you would say that. And, with all the other Batman movies that have come out, I wouldn't even say this is in my top 3 of favorite Batman movies.
No, so you'd think I'd love this, because I prattled on and on this show about how I love things that like shouldn't exist, and this shouldn't exist. But with the other things that I'm so enamored by, like your lobsters or your Snowpiercers or something like that, they're still saying something.
Yeah.
And this just feels like it's weird for the sake of being weird.
Well, it's Tim Burton getting all the keys to the kingdom,
Yeah. But he's not saying anything with it. He's just like, look at all this weird shit. Like, that's not interesting to me.
And
at all.
It's way more sexual than I remember.
Yeah, there's that too. I mean, it's just like, I don't know, I just felt gross and like not uncomfortable, but I just didn't enjoy it. I was like, I don't want to watch these people. I don't like anything about them. They're all horrible.
I do love everybody individually, though. Like, I think Keaton is great. I think Michelle Pfeiffer is awesome. I think Danny DeVito is great.
Job, but it's almost like they're not even. It almost felt like it was like a Marvel Phase 4 movie where it felt all disjointed because a lot of the times the actors weren't there. They're like in the volume or something. It almost felt like it was in like a different movie and not acting off of each other. They were just doing their own fucking thing. I don't know.
I can't see that.
My finger on it. Just like there's no flow to it. It was just weird for the sake of being weird, which just doesn't interest me at all.
Yeah, I do think it could be a little bit heavy-handed. It's very dark, very gothic, which I think kind of fits in with the idea of Gotham. I think Michael Keaton is a great Batman, and
I wasn't aware of that. Like, none of his Batman movies are really about him. They're always about the villain.
Yeah, that is very true.
Screen time he had in this, like 25%, maybe.
Yeah, very true. I didn't think about it that way. Yeah,
like he's hardly in it.
And
he's just the dumbest motherfucker on the planet too. All right.
Yeah.
Now that I've alienated probably everybody because everyone likes this movie.
I love this movie, but I understand why you say what you say.
I was surprised. I expected to just be like, "Yep, love it." Nope, didn't. I don't think I'd really like Tim Burton. I think that's probably what it boils down to.
Yeah, I get that.
He just does. Not that he's not talented. It's just he just doesn't. His style and his aesthetic it does nothing for me.
It doesn't speak to you.
No, I'm just like, okay,
Yeah.
Like, I guess that's gross or that's weird, but like, why?
Yeah.
Like, to what end?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are you trying to say? I don't get it. Say, like, have a reason.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I get it.
Anyways,
Yeah.
let's get into it. We
Let's
kick
do it.
off with Penguin being born. He eats a cat, and then his rich parents dump him in a river.
Which, did you see his dad is Pee-wee?
Was it?
That was Pee-wee Herman, yeah. Paul Rubens himself.
Holy, fresh out of jerking off in a theater.
I want to say I didn't see it in the trivia. Maybe I glossed over it, but this was probably one of his first, post that whole debacle, parts.
Yeah, it probably was. Yeah, I don't remember exactly the moment he cracked off in a theater in front of people, but it was probably around that time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and then he's just like found by some penguins, I guess, that live in Gotham.
Yeah, penguins in the sewer. I mean, it is Gotham. You got a giant crocodile man running around down there. So,
yeah, I don't know what. Like, I love penguins. Like, when I shouldn't be saying this here because this is $1 billion idea, but it is to domesticate penguins, make them like dogs, have them as a pet. I think that's the greatest idea of all time. Who wouldn't want a penguin just like chilling on the couch with them, walking around? You like walking a penguin on a leash down the street?
Just like,
yeah.
I feel like you'd have to live in a really cold place, though. You'd have to live in like Norway or maybe Alaska or something.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think we can make it happen. If we can make cats hypoallergenic, we can make penguins domesticated and be cool with like 70.
Trademark it. Trademark that shit.
Yeah, if you steal this, I'm coming for you. So, anyways, 33 years later, what a number. Max and the mayor are just having a little meeting. He wants to like his whole thing is he wants to build a power plant.
Yeah, he wants to build a power plant and just get more of a monopoly on the city, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know, whatever.
His rich guy's making more money.
Yeah, he's just like evil captain of industry. Selena shows up. She's pouring coffee. She's real like dormouse. Like chimes in and they like make fun of her and then just like move on. Then she repeatedly calls herself a corn dog.
Yeah, why did she call herself a corn dog?
Says it 3 times. What?
Yeah. Also, corn dogs are great.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
I love the corn dog.
Like, what up, my corn dog?
Yeah, what's up, corn dog? What's up, corn dog?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. It's not a saying. That's not something people say. Okay. Max then gives a Christmas speech while a bunch of weirdos attack in costumes.
Yeah, a bunch of carnies.
Yeah, like where they all come from, I don't really understand where he gets this army from. Just living in the sewer with penguins, but
I think they were actually because he was a freak show in the carnival, and I think he became this gang, the head of the gang. Basically, he stole the carnies from the carnival.
Okay.
What movie is it where it's like, and I don't like carnies. Small hands. Austin Powers.
That's it. Well, he was right. No one likes carnies. Yeah, they just like go running amok. Then the police turn on the bat signal, which just like goes into Bruce's house. Like, okay, it gives you a cool shot. This is like a very Zack Snyder way of doing things. It's like, oh, that was really cool to see that like shine on his face. Anyone could just see that was shining at Bruce Wayne's fucking house.
I know. I thought the same thing.
Like, how fucking stupid.
Yeah, what are those things like looking like during the day? People say like, "Hey, what's this big light that has a bat symbol on it?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know. Look right here. Hey, how are you?"
Yeah, just right on Wayne Manor. Like, okay, all right,
sure.
Batman shows up, just starts wrecking fools in the Batmobile. Just fun. Saves Selena. I did enjoy he shoots the grappling hook into the wall. He's like, "You missed." And then he pulls the chunk of concrete out and jacks him in the head.
Also, Batman straight up kills people in this movie.
Yes, and that another. You can have him kill people. Like, I know that's not the regular Batman. It's not that I have a problem with Batman killing people. It's that I have a problem with he's just killing like crazy people who are following, like maybe people who are mentally unwell that are following these, or people like goons for a paycheck. He's fine with killing them, but then when the bad guy at the end, he's like, no, we got to take him to jail. It's like, you just killed a bunch of people who are not, and this is the main guy. Like, just let her do it. Like, you can't have it.
Yeah.
You can't be like, oh, he can just kill anybody, but no, not the main guy. Like, not the one who caused all of this. Like,
he set a guy on fire with the Batmobile, and then he
died
put
in agony. That's like the worst death possible. He just lit him on fire with a smirk. Like, fine, if he's killing people, I'm okay with that. But then you can't be like, no, we gotta send him to the police. Like, no, you can't. Fuck that.
Yep.
I'm getting loud. He pissed me off. I don't know. Okay. So yeah, he saves Selena. Sure. They have like a weird moment. There's a lot of moments of like Batman just like standing there.
Just like standing, staring, brooding.
And then like wandering around, like he steals like a thing of dynamite, and then he's just like meandering through alleys before he shoves it down some dude's pants and kicks him into a sewer to explode him.
That guy's big dead.
Oh yeah. Like, and he's fine with that. Like, all right. But Shrek, no, you can't kill that guy.
No.
No. That's because he's one of his cronies, one of the 1% he knows. He's got
pretty much. Yep.
Anyways, Max runs off, meets the Penguin down in the sewers, like for some reason.
He falls in the sewer.
Yeah, just like skittering away like a cockroach he is.
Pretty much.
Penguin, I did kind of enjoy this. He knows all his like dirty deeds. He's like, I see everything you flush. You know, it's like he's like, you've shredded all these papers about how you did this and that, all these evil deeds. He's like, I got them. He's like,
you flush it, I flaunt it.
Yeah, and then he just has like a corpse of a guy that he murdered, and like all this other stuff. That's solid, I guess. And he basically wants to like come live on the surface. He's like, I'm tired of this sewer life. And he's like, basically like blackmails. And Max is like, yeah, okay, I'll help you. And Selena goes home and she's just like, honey, I'm home. Oh, but I'm not married.
Yeah, I always wondered, like, why does she do that?
Because you need a man. You're not.
Yeah, and then she has the most.
You have a man, JP.
Yeah, and then from Shrek's cosmetic company, leaving the most misogynistic messages on her machine.
Yeah, like, oh, maybe your boss will invite you to a later meeting with a candlelight dinner for two. Like, that's harassment.
Yeah,
your boss shouldn't invite you to that. That's not okay, actually.
Yeah, that's
what are we doing?
Yes. Don't know.
Yuck. Anyways, she then like has to go back to work, and she like somehow like breaks into his secret files and like finds out he's really trying to scam Gotham with his power plant. It's gonna like suck the power off, or I don't know.
It's gonna suck the power off.
Yeah, it's looking off. I don't know to what end. Like to where he's just gonna siphon it all off. Okay.
I guess.
For what? For fucking what?
I wasn't really paying attention as well in that point, but basically she figured out some shit that he didn't want her to figure out.
Yeah, well, that's his plan. That's what he wants to do with this new power plant, to like siphon off all the power. For why? Okay.
Sure.
Okay. I did like the scene where he's like, yeah, but I could kill you. And then she's like, like, you know, and then just brutally pushes her out the window. I thought that was a nice, because they're both good actors. So that was a good scene. It wasn't a nice scene. I mean, it's horrible.
No, it was just very intense.
It was well done. It was a well done scene for what they're trying to do. She falls out the window, and then a bunch of cats show up and like bring her back to life, I guess.
Yeah, that part always freaked me out as a kid.
I mean, all right. So now she has like, she goes home and like trashes her apartment and like drinks milk because now she's like a cat. She like makes a cat suit. Like, I don't know.
I do like the shot though when it's through the window and she had hit her neon, so it says "hell" here. I thought that was pretty cool. It's a cool shot.
Fine. I was just so annoyed by everything. Like, she has cat powers now. Like,
sure.
All right. And we get the whole, like, she's all that, like, bullshit where it's like, oh, she's got frizzy hair and glasses. She's Michelle fucking Pfeiffer. She's hot.
Yeah.
Like, stop it. Stop it.
It is interesting, though, to think, because we've seen Catwoman in so many iterations since, but at this time, nobody else had played Catwoman since, the Adam West show. Yeah, since it was Julie Newmar, Eartha Kitt, and somebody else. But yeah, we basically hadn't seen Catwoman since then. So I love how she's like making it her own and kind of being everyone, not Batman, but the villains are just cartoony enough to be like, whoa, okay. But then they're such great actors that I believe it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess she has cat powers. Like, Catwoman's never had cat powers. She's just a cat burglar. Okay.
Doesn't in the comics she has some kind of like heightened ability or something?
No, she's not a metahuman. She's just really good at being a cat burglar. She doesn't do like gymnastic floor routines from the Olympics everywhere she goes. I did appreciate later on after she does one of those unnecessary ones, she's just like, because yeah, you would be like that. You would be out of breath out of all this unneeded burning of calories.
Pretty much.
So yeah, she's Catwoman. Whatever. Penguin and Shrek decide to orchestrate Penguin saving like the mayor's baby.
It's like a ruse to save the baby, I guess.
Which, like, okay, in theory, not a bad plan, but as executed, like, he clearly just had like a platform to raise him up like that. Like, that was like, you didn't just throw that together.
I didn't think about that.
Like, come on, he's got like this pneumatic system going up, like raising him up. Like, all right,
sure.
No one has a problem with that. Cool. Okay. Now we all love him. Great. Everyone loves the Penguin now. Idiots.
That was quick.
Yeah, Bruce goes to see Max. Selena shows up, which confuses the hell out of Max because he thinks she's dead.
That was great from Walken. He was doing really, like, just when he's so, it's like, holy shit, what are you doing here? That was a great little moment.
Yeah, I mean, Walken, I have my issues. Like, why was he on that boat? What was he doing on that boat, JP?
Yeah.
Why was he there? Google that. Look it up.
Why is Walken on the boat?
Yeah, why was he on that boat?
Are you talking about with Natalie Wood?
Yeah. Why was he on the boat? What was he doing there?
Oh, well, because they think that him and Robert Wagner were having an affair.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and then she died. Said.
That's a whole nother podcast.
That's what I just said. Just look at. Just Google it. Why was he on the boat? What was he doing there? So, all right. These all confused. They all leave. Whatever. Max decides the best course of action is I'm just gonna make the Penguin the mayor. This psychotic, antisocial dude who's lived in the sewers and never like spoken to anyone other than penguins. Make him the mayor.
And after a mayor just got elected.
Yeah, because they're gonna like. Yeah, all right.
Get it recalled or something. I mean, that sounds like normal rich people shit, honestly.
Well, here's your chance to say something with the weird. Be like, yeah, this is like the most horrible scumbag candidate, but like that's what they all are. Like, here's your chance to say that, and they didn't say it. They just were like, like just say something with the weird. Dude, have a reason. Fuck's sake.
Mm-hmm.
And he just like immediately bites off one of his campaign manager's noses in front of everybody.
Yeah, and also a giant perv.
Yeah, just complete scumbag. Gross, yuck, and like in view of many people.
I love when he just turns around and just goes, "Burn, baby, burn."
I mean, he wanders down that stupid staircase. just chomping on a mackerel in front of a group of people, and everyone's fine with that.
Some fucking sashimi, sure.
Yeah,
but I took that, honestly, as they're all being fucking paid out the ass. So no matter what happens, they have to be okay with it. That's how I took it.
That's fair. Just a bunch of yes men.
Exactly.
So, all right, they decide basically they're going to, because of what you mentioned with the mayor was like just elected, they're just going to create a bunch of chaos to get the a recall vote. Which they do. He gets all his carny friends, start going around town. Goons everywhere. Batman shows up, fights them, does a bunch of murders.
I got a scene read for us too. I sent to you.
Oh boy, I hadn't even looked at it, but this will be fun.
It's super short.
All right, who's who?
I'll be Penguin, you be Batman, man.
Oh, Batman. All right. Admire your handiwork.
Touring the riot scene, gravely assessing the devastation, and upstanding mayor stuff.
You're not the mayor.
Things change.
What do you want?
Ah, the direct approach. I admire that in a man with a mask. You don't really think you'll win, do you?
Things change.
And then a big explosion happens, and Catwoman comes in, and she just goes, meow.
Meow. Just like Visiting Day from The Sopranos. Meow.
I don't remember that one.
The band that Adriana signs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Meow.
Are you watching it again? Why are you watching it again? You know what happens.
I got angry the other day, and I was like, fuck it. I can't help myself. It's too good.
We got to save Michael Imperioli at all costs.
Yeah, sorry, Chrissy. So yeah, she blew up some building of Max's. And then she fights Batman for a bit. It's such a weird fight because they're like, it's like, oh, how could you hit a woman? He's like, oh, I'm so sorry, and then she just beats the crap out of him.
And it's just yeah, it's very sexual.
Yeah, it's all weird. And, like, she loses, I guess. Then she gets all mad and decides to visit the Penguin. And I really don't enjoy this scene at all.
No, it's full of just like awful innuendos.
Yeah, it's just really uncomfortable and gross and it's like she hates Shrek. Shrek's clearly backing him. Like, why is she going to him?
Because maybe I don't know. I get because there's no other villains in this movie.
Yeah, because the movie needed it to happen. Okay. Fine. Then Bruce asks Selena on a date. At said date, they kiss a bit. Then they both like abruptly have to leave. Really weird.
And they both like. I like that little moment though, where they're both like talking to Alfred, and Alfred's like, "I got this. Don't worry about it."
Yeah, it's like a sonnet just came to mind, or whatever.
A sonnet or a dirty limerick.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Their whole plan is to like. Because Cobblepot, Penguin, he wanted to like kill Batman, and she's like, no, that'll just make him a martyr. We gotta make him like a criminal. So their plan is to kidnap like the Winter Princess or something. I don't know.
Yeah, some like Miss America type lady.
Yeah. And they basically put her up on a high building and like knock her off and kill her, framing Batman. Like,
in front of everybody.
What are you doing? You've caught people falling like 100 times.
Yeah.
Watches her. What are you doing?
And there's bats everywhere. And
then we get the guy from the down. He killed the princess. Okay. The cops just show up and start shooting him. All right. Sure. They frame him, whatever. Then Penguin's like, hey, we should bang Catwoman. She's just like, no, gross. And he tries to kill her.
And hooks her like on a helicopter and just lets her like fly away.
Yeah, then she falls into like an arboretum and like screams, and then all the glass shatters on her, and I guess that was like one of her lives. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. She's Cat. She's got 9 lives.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. Then they take control of the Batmobile. Like, I don't know how they just had all these like blueprints on the wall. Where'd they get those from?
Yeah, I was wondering that too. Like, how the hell are
courthouse
these
and like there
carnies
like, patents like available here? Oh, I guess the Batmobile is just on file.
Yeah, did they kidnap Lucius Fox or something? What happened?
No explanation, not even an attempt at one, but fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
They're using it just to cause destruction all over. I did like the little toy car setup that like would be like a little ride you'd put your kid in the front of a grocery store.
And Danny DeVito is just like
Yeah, nonsense, ridiculous, doesn't make any sense. Like, who took the time to craft that? Like, whatever. I did enjoy that. I thought that was silly and fun.
Yeah. Helpless old lady at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, what I like and what I don't like doesn't make any sense because anything else could have fit in that category, and I've been shitting on it this entire time, but that I thought was delightful. So
yeah. Sure,
That's
because on top of all the stuff, they have time to build a mini Batmobile just for him to sit in and drive.
Yeah. Who's crafting these things? Fine, whatever. Batman just like immediately figures out like for some reason he took control of the car, but like he still has some control because he like runs a scan and it's like device detected. Like, maybe not allow him to do that. I don't know.
And then he just punches through the floor like one of the most impregnable, badass pieces of machinery. I'm just gonna punch through the floor.
Yeah, gets a tiny little disco ball and stops it. Then he is chased by the cops and turns the Batmobile into a dickmobile.
Yeah.
Just a giant dick.
A giant dick that could drive between skinny walls because that's something we need.
Yeah, I know. It's like the ice skates in Batman and Robin. It's like they just pop them out of their feet. Like, what?
Yeah, I feel like that kind of harkens back to the TV show. It's like bat shark repellent.
Right. Right. It's like, are you gothic and weird and disturbing and gross, or are you Adam West? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Kind of lame. Anyways, he escapes, I guess. Fine. Then, like, Batman uses a DVD to expose the Penguin, basically.
Yeah, he recorded a bunch of his shit that he was saying when he had the Batmobile under control.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
And it's god, and then he like DJs the CD. Stop.
Yeah, and it has a bat emblem on the CD player. Like, come on, man. You don't need that.
So all the people know, but all the Gotham's people now know he's a bad guy. You fucking idiots! You should have known before. Anyways, he like fires off his machine gun, escapes. I love how he just like belly flops into the river.
He's basically just a giant orb of a person.
Yeah, he's so upsetting to look at. God.
Yeah, he's like Violet after she ate the berries.
Oh yeah. Violet, you're turning violet.
Violet, and she was just like a giant blueberry. That is what the Penguin is.
Yeah, he's Violet if she loved to snack on a mackerel in front of everybody. He escapes back in the sewer. Bruce goes to like a costume party without a costume, meets Selena with also out of costume. They dance for a bit, smooch for a bit. Then she pulls a little gun and says she's gonna kill Max, and then so of course he kisses her again after that.
Did you notice what song is playing when they walk in? Like, it's an instrumental, like classical version of it.
Yes, it was. Say it because I'm
Super Freak.
Yeah, Super Freak.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Why Super Freak?
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So yeah, like she says he's gonna, like he's terrible. Batman sucks in this.
Batman likes drama.
Yeah, like he's like in love with her, which there's no like reason. They didn't really have any chemistry. It's just like, ooh, pretty girl. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe he sees like the torment in her, and like he's equally as tormented and fucked up. I don't know.
Whatever. Then these two idiots finally realize who each other are.
Yeah, from some quote, about kissing under the mistletoe.
Yeah, and if you eat it, you'll die. Like, all right, you finally figured it out. World's greatest detective, my ass. So, and that's when Penguin arrives with a giant explosion. His plan is to basically go all like Pharaoh and steal all the firstborn sons.
Mm-hmm.
Something.
Yeah, he's gonna, because he was the firstborn son, so he's gonna take all the firstborn sons from the city and kill them. So then, I don't know, just kind of basically trying to do what happened to him.
Yeah, I guess. And he tries to take Max's son, and Max convinces him not to do it, take him instead. And then he makes him get in his duck. Like, get in the duck.
Get in the duck.
All right. What's with the whole like rubber ducky thing? He's a penguin. What's with the duck?
I just figured all of his like weird, colorful shit was left over from the circus. That's kind of what I thought.
Duck. Like ducks don't have any bearing on penguins.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Then Batman sends a note to the Penguin saying he saved all the kids on his own like bat stationery.
Just ridiculous.
This movie. Sorry, fuck this movie. Then Penguin gives like this giant war speech to like a cathedral full of penguins.
Mm-hmm. It's his patent speech.
Yeah, it is. Ronald, I read your book, you magnificent bastard.
And it's just a bunch of penguins with like rockets attached to their backs.
Yep, a bunch of penguins with rockets on their back, ready for war, I guess. Just the most adorable purveyors of pain.
Yeah.
Penguin then he sends them all out, and Batman, of course, and with the help of Alfred, like jam the launch signal, I guess. I don't know. Sure. Send all the penguins away. Like they get exactly where they're supposed to be in the last second. Whatever. The penguin like tries to escape in his little duck car, but gets wrecked by Batman.
In his little bat boat.
Yeah. I don't know what that was. It's just like you ever see the game Sewer Sharks? It reminded me of that.
Sewer Sharks. I don't remember that one.
I wrote about this a while ago because I'm fascinated by Sega CD and like weird like
Dreamcast.
Yeah, like Sega CD was just like way too ahead of its time. It would put like actual cut scenes of like video of like you and I right now, but then laced with in between just horrible, 1990 graphics. But yeah, look up Sewer Sharks. Woof. Yeah, so he gets fucked up, whatever. Ends up like fighting Batman a little and gets all the penguins to launch their rockets. He like steals a little device.
Yeah, and he
why just hold that on you, by the way? Like, just break it if that's the only way to. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter because he just like blows up an abandoned park. Okay. Then Batman knocks the penguin like through some glass, like down into the sewers or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he just falls really far into the water.
Yeah, fine. This all this hubbubaloo gets Max loose, but Catwoman shows up. As I mentioned before, she wants to kill him, and Batman's like, no, we gotta arrest him.
Sure.
And then he like pulls off his mask, which I hate the way he pulls it off. It's like he's like ripping a fruit roll up. I don't like the way it looks.
Yeah, and remember like all the shit that we've talked about with the eye black.
Yes. Yeah, and then he's just magically like Batman's apparently magic. Okay. And of course he's just pulling off like his mask in front of Max Shrek. Like,
yeah, what the fuck? I was wondering that too. Like, why just reveal himself?
Yeah, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Max starts shooting, and of course she like grabs him. Like she's got 9 lives. She's like counting down as every time she shoots him. Okay, fine. And she eventually kills him by kissing him with like taser or something. I don't know.
Yeah, like a stun gun, but also holding a power line.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sure.
He's big dead, and Penguin just like wakes up and like walks around spitting a bunch of black bile, and it's all horrible. Then he just like falls over dead.
And then has a penguin funeral procession.
How do the penguins know about being pallbearers? Like, what is going on?
Because they're smart ass penguins.
Fucking hell. Yeah, they just give him like a burial at sea, like he's some like ensign in the Navy.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce then like drives off with Alfred, thinks Catwoman's dead. I assume you have some trivia about this bit, which I won't spoil here. And then we get a like Catwoman silhouette and credits.
I don't think I have any.
You want to know about this scene?
Yes.
This scene cost $250,000. It was like days before they released it, like maybe a day or two, and they were like, we don't want to have her dead. We want to make sure that we can do like you bring her back, for a sequel.
Right.
So they like got the Catwoman costume out of storage and like filmed this scene of her, the back of her. It wasn't Michelle Pfeiffer. They just put some other person in the suit.
Really?
It cost like $250,000 because they did it in like 24 hours or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Good job. Money well spent.
Well, I've got some trivia if you want to hear it.
Oh, hit us with some trivia.
At least 50% of the Warner Brothers lot was taken up with Gotham City sets. And Warner Brothers, the lot is huge. Huge.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. Burgess Meredith, who played the Penguin on the Batman 1966 TV show, was asked to play the Penguin's father in the opening of the film, but illness prevented him from it. Yeah. Let's see here. In an interview, Stan Winston told a little anecdote about how his crew were collecting the mechanical penguins after a day's shoot and found one of the live penguins snuggled up asleep against a mechanical one.
Oh, see, penguins are adorable, man.
Yeah, man. You better trademark that shit.
It's $1 billion idea, I'm telling you. I'm going to be walking around like people thought pigs were a good idea. Nah, penguins are a great idea.
On Catwoman, Her Many Lives, 2004, Michelle Pfeiffer said that her Catwoman costume was vacuum sealed when she was fitted into it for scenes. So she actually had only a short amount of time to perform before she would have to have it opened or she would become lightheaded and pass out. She also admitted that when she was first learning to use the whip, she accidentally cut her trainer's face with it, at which he acted as a complete gentleman and continued with their training.
Jesus, that sounds awful.
Yeah, good Lord. Several modifications were made to the Batsuit, including the color scheme and the chest plate logo. At the request of Michael Keaton, a zipper was also added to the pants.
I did like this Batsuit better than the first one. Like the first one, great, like first effort.
Yeah.
For a comic book movie. But this was more like mechanical, not like fake.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I liked.
Annette Bening was cast as Catwoman, but replaced by Michelle Pfeiffer when she became pregnant.
Oh, there you go.
She would have been great too.
Oh, absolutely.
Batman doesn't wear boots in the movie. They're Air Jordan 6s connected to an upper, which give the boot-like feeling.
There's a whole thing where they wanted like Nike like to show prominently like the swoosh and like.
No. Yeah, nothing. This was one of the. What was that? No, this was one of the last major Hollywood films to be done, quote, the old-fashioned way, with indoor sound stages, built sets, miniatures, and various other vestiges of old Hollywood filmmaking. That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah.
Originally, the script had many plot points to set up for the unmade third Tim Burton Batman film. One of these was an introduction to Dick Grayson, a.k.a. Robin. Marlon Wayans had even signed on to play the role, and had gone through a costume test. When the character was cut from the script, it was decided that Wayans would make his first appearance in the third film. However, when Joel Schumacher took over as director, he bought out Wayans' contract and hired Chris O'Donnell.
Yeah, I remember seeing an interview on Leno or something where Marlon Wayans was like, "Yeah, they gave me like $200,000 just like as a holding deal," and he's like, "As a teenager, I spent that in a week."
That sounds like a pretty great deal to me.
Yeah, when it does the same thing too.
Yeah, goodness.
It's a funny interview though. He actually like says all the names wrong. He's like, "Yeah, it's supposed to be Batman Forever," and then like he has it all wrong. But it's a good interview. You should check it out.
I gotta check that out. Sam Hamm's original screenplay to the sequel was to introduce Detective Harvey Bullock as Commissioner Gordon's companion, with Brian Dennehy in mind to play Bullock.
Oh, Dennehy's perfect.
Dude, he would have been so good.
And I assume we would have been getting some Two-Face with Mr. What's his name? Lando himself.
Oh yeah, Billy D. Williams.
Billy December Williams. William December Williams is his full name.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's what Billy D. Williams is. It's William.
Oh my
Williams.
God.
Awesome.
I love it.
Yeah, it's so great.
Let's see. One more. There wasn't a body count. Obviously, there's probably more than a few. But I like this one at the end here. Batman and the Penguin's final fight plays out pretty much the way all their fights in the comics do. The Penguin attacks Batman with his blade umbrella, only for Batman to casually disarm him and defeat him without breaking a sweat.
Yeah, he's no match for
a
member of the League of Shadows.
The League of Shadows.
But we are initiated, aren't we, Bruce?
But that's about it.
Love it. I didn't like this movie. Fuck this movie. Fuck Tim Burton.
Well, on a lighter note, what are we doing next week?
Coming up next week, RRR, Triple R. I don't know how you say it, but it's supposed to be an incredible action movie. It's on Netflix right now. It's super long, but I've been looking forward to seeing it, and now we will be able to.
I mean, it's on top movies of 2022 list. It's supposed to be like fucking incredible, fucking insane, 3 hours long, Indian action movie, Bollywood.
I love Bollywood. Yeah. Some like Koi Milgaya, that's so good. Like, they make some bangers out there that we do not pay attention to. Bollywood's great because it's so weird and like out of like. You don't understand a lot of times what's happening, but it's just fantastic.
Mm-hmm. This will actually be my first Bollywood film I've seen.
Oh, you gotta check. I got a few. I'll give you a list.
Yeah, please do.
I'm a fan.
But that's about it. Anything else you want to add?
No. Why don't you hit us where you can find us?
You can find us at www.actionmoviebookclub.com. You can also find us on Twitter at ActionMovieBC or on Instagram at ActionMovieBookClub. Also hit us up on YouTube. Give us a like and subscribe there, as well as on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. We love doing this. We want to get into more people's ears, so that'd really help us out, boost us in the algorithm. Thank you so much. Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays is right. This ends our holiday fiasco.
Yeah, sure.
Or
we're tossing around a quick little 10 to 15 minute episode that we might do before Christmas. We'll keep you posted.
You'll just see how long it takes me to edit it because I am slow.
All good.
It's hard, man. I'm like, those 30-second clips I make take me hours.
It's tough. It's real tough.
Yeah, but it's fun. I actually enjoy doing that. So I'm looking forward to it.
We're over 200 subscribers on YouTube. Last time I checked.
I know. Keep it going. Every day
goes
a little bit more, which is kind of nice. Feels good.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. Get us to 1,000 so we can monetize that mother.
Let's do it.
All right. Yeah, that's all I got. You got anything else?
That's it.
Then why don't you take us out?
Happy trails, Hans.